Hey guys, it's Jamie here with Vivendi Design Blog. I am here to tell you about 10 skinny foods that you should always have on hand, and a lot of them are my personal favorites. So I'm happy to share them with you because I believe in them myself and have been using them for a long time. So the first is hummus. If you haven't heard about it, it's a Middle Eastern chickpea spread. Chickpeas, and then they blend it with oil and other spices like red pepper hummus, and there's different flavors. But it's full of protein, and so it curbs your hunger, and it also balances your blood sugar levels. And so if you eat it with, most people eat it with like pita chips and pita bread and different types of crackers and that sort of thing. But of course, the best thing you can do is eat it with vegetables like celery or carrots or anything like that. So that's number one. And you can put it on sandwiches instead of like mayonnaise or some other type of spread. And it's a very versatile food, and you can use it in a lot of ways. And it's good for you. And now they've come out with some organic varieties that aren't made of chickpeas. They're made of like different beans, different types of beans and stuff like that. So if you don't like soy, or you're allergic to soy, or you're against soy, which soy can be bad for you. It has a bad rap for women and messing up your hormones. So if you'd rather go with a different type of pea or a different type of bean when choosing your hummus, then they do have other types of spreads. And I believe it's from a company called Enjoy Life, but I'll get back to you on that. Okay, so the brand name is actually called Eat Well, Enjoy Life, and they have a Tuscan white bean hummus, and they also have an edamame hummus, which is soybeans also, but it comes from edamame, so it's going to taste a little bit differently. But I would recommend trying the white bean hummus if you're not a fan of traditional hummus, or if you don't like the taste of it or something like that. And this brand also comes with different varieties. One mixes like pine nuts and different types of oil, and it's really good. I've tried it, so you should try that one. Number two is salsa, surprisingly. Salsa is made from vegetables, as I'm sure you can tell, tomatoes and spices and things like that. But traditionally we pair it with greasy tortilla chips and a whole bunch of other Mexican food and stuff like that. But it's good to have from the fresh food aisle at your grocery store. If you buy it from there, it's usually the freshest because they make it there. But always have it in your refrigerator, and then have a healthy kind of cracker to eat with it instead of tortilla chips, such as Mary's Gone Crackers is a really good cracker instead of made from wheat or flour. It's made of brown rice, flax, and sesame seeds. So that's a really good option. I've tried those as well. You can find them in your health food section at your grocery store. And that would make a surprisingly healthy, low-calorie snack. So number three is actually eggs. I'm sure you've heard that eggs are really healthy for you, which they are, especially like after a workout to help rebuild your muscles because of all the protein. But a common misconception is that you should only eat the egg whites. And although that's good for having like a low-fat, high-protein diet, the yellow yolk of the egg actually has a lot of benefits as well. It has half the protein of the whole egg, and they also contain vitamin E, which helps keep you fuller longer. And I've actually found out that the yolks release a hormone called glucagon, which aids in belly fat burning. So it fights belly fat, it's got the protein, the vitamin E, and it's going to keep you fuller longer if you eat the whole egg. So a good idea is to boil a few eggs and keep them in your refrigerator for quick snack and quick munching if you need to just run out the door or whatever. And So that's a really good idea to keep those on hand. Number 4 is one of my personal favorites. I literally eat it every day, and it's almonds and almond butter. Almond butter is what I eat every day, and I eat it with pretzels and stuff like that. But almonds are so good for you because they have a higher nutrient content than peanuts or other types of nuts. They're also full of vitamin E, which combats free radicals, which is good for your face and your hair, and good for aging. And they also have magnesium and vitamin B2 in them, which combat stress. So it lowers your cortisol stress hormone level and keeps you calm, and which is really good because if you're stressed out and your cortisol level is high, then your body is going to store fat more readily because it's stressed out and it thinks that it needs to just take everything and hold on to it because it thinks it's in a bad situation. So that's why almond butter is good for you. I like Justin's all natural almond butter, the maple kind from the grocery store. It's really good. And he also gives you little test packets for $1 at most grocery stores, so you can try it out yourself before buying the whole container of it. So that's a really good one to try. Okay, number 5 is chia seeds. I just recently came across these and decided to buy them. They're a little pricey, but I've been hearing so much good stuff about them, healthy facts about them. And I once bought some kombucha tea. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's an ancient tea, fermented, that you can buy at health food stores, stuff like that. And it's got healthy bacteria in it, and it really helps with your stomach and a whole bunch of different things with your body. But anyway, I bought a glass of this tea, and it had chia seeds in it, and it was like little bubbles, like kind of like tapioca balls if you've ever had like bubble tea, but it made all these little bubbles, and then it had a seed inside, and it's because the seed can hold like 10 times its weight in water, and so when you mix it with something liquid, it bubbles up and it holds a bunch of water. It can be really interesting. But you can also just put them in pretty much anything, oatmeal or whatever. They take on the flavor of whatever they're in, and if you put them in smoothies and stuff like that, you can barely tell they're there. But how are they good for you? They have lots of healthy omega-3s, fatty acids, which I talk about a lot in my blog. I have a whole blog post about salmon, why the fatty acids are really good for you. They're full of calcium and iron, and they're known to absorb sugar that's in your bloodstream. And they're also full of fiber, which makes them really good for losing weight and really good for balancing your blood sugar. I think the kind I have is from True Root, and in like 2 tablespoons there's like 6 grams of fiber and 55 calories. So I pretty much put them in everything that I eat. And they're great. So that's number 5. So this has been 10 skinny foods to always have on hand, part 1. So go to part 2 and you'll get the other 5 foods.